Well, as I said yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, the woke meltdown over Donald Trump officially declaring that America will recognize only two genders has just begun. And I can tell you now,
I've been looking forward to this.
you know, I also said yesterday, when you sit here and think about it, it is crazy, insane that a president has to come out and make that official. That's how ridiculous things have been for the last few years or so. The woke activists, boy, have they pushed and got away with far too much. People are tired of it. They want common sense, reality, normality to be more important than how somebody or a group of people feel. And in this episode, we're going to enjoy this one because we're going to be taking a look at more videos of the trans activists, the woke activists being very upset that they're not going to get their way any longer. And once again,
I've been looking forward to this.
but before we all sit back, relax, and enjoy the meltdown marathon, if you could, as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to leave a like rating as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. We are getting closer and closer to 80k. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to comment on this video as well, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and let's get into it. I mean, we're starting off strong with this one. Meanwhile, Trump's two-gender policy denies trans and non-binary people the right to live authentically. I mean, non-binary isn't a thing anyway, so don't know what you're on about. Wait, are they actually crying? That better be a filter, man, because if you are genuinely stood in front of the camera crying, and then you have to go through editing the whole thing, putting all the captions, whatever, and then upload it, and you still sit there and go, wait, yeah, this is a great thing to upload. I don't know, man, something just ain't quite right. I don't know how people do that. I really don't. But as we can see with this next one, I haven't seen anyone talk about the fact that Trump said there are only two genders during his inaugural speech. The hate for other genders is going to get worse. Wait, what other genders? As far as I'm aware, they don't exist. So what hate are we on about here? It's just so heartbreaking. It really is. Man. I just feel so sorry for all the genders out there, the thousands of genders that don't even exist, getting so much hate. Get a grip.
Donald Trump was sworn in as president just a few hours ago. And already, fear is sweeping across the trans community. Having stated today that it is official policy of the United States government that there is only two genders. In the
It's facts.
he will sign executive orders defining our community's future. It is designed to erase us, invalidate us of who we truly are. But no law, no signature, and no rhetoric can erase us. We are here, we are real, and we are strong. They can try and divide us, but we will stand together.
What's with the Avengers speech, man?
Our community has faced challenges, and it won't be the last. For transgender Americans, it's personal. Every time we come back stronger, united as one, all of the trans community from across the globe stands behind them. Let this moment remind us that our community is unbreakable.
And let me just take this time to remind everybody, including you, there's only two genders. You know, these people can sit there and they can get so upset about this policy that has now come in, but it's always been the truth. Anyway, they've just been told a very different thing for far too long, but they never sit there and think about the people who it has impacted, the people who've had to conform to how they think, how they view things, the women that have had to allow men into their own sports because that dude one day sits there and goes, yeah, you know what, I'm going to identify as a woman because the wind blew a different direction. What about the women there? What about the women that have had to go into their private spaces, locker rooms, changing rooms, and share it with a dude because, again, he has decided one day that he is now a woman? It doesn't make any sense. These people never sit there and say that, but as soon as the facts are brought to them, as soon as they're told, once and for all, there are only two genders, they melt down. Today, Donald Trump said that the US will only recognize two sexes, male and female. That cannot be changed. There is something wrong with the world. Oh. Their rights in existence are being taken away.
think it's going to harm a lot of young people, especially. You know, this is supposed to be an inclusive country. This is supposed to be a place where if you that you get to choose your identity. And if that identity is they or them, if that identity is if you were born a biological male, but you are a woman.
This woman comes out with nonsense every time she speaks. If you are a biological male, but you are a woman, how does that even make sense? If you're a biological male, you cannot be a woman. Plain and simple.
Then you get to do that here. There are other places in this world, other countries, where you are for that. I thought this was the land of the free. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really disappointed in what he did. I'm already disappointed. And I'm disappointed that this country would allow it.
I mean, it's just so good that nobody cares what you think. You know, we've all looked and thought, how can America allow people just one day to identify as whatever, and it's the truth? If you want to use all these different pronouns, well, that must be respected, and everybody must agree with that. And if you dare misgender somebody, you use the wrong pronouns, well, you are a bigot, you are a transphobe, and you must face consequences. Yeah, people are done with it. Done with it. The women on The View, man, they need help. They need help.
Our new president has declared on day one of his presidency that our country will no longer recognize any gender aside from male or...
And these are the people we're supposed to take seriously.
...who lives in the United States of America. I'm a New Yorker. I live in New York. I'm not going anywhere. I love this city. All right. Okay, so if I'm no longer a human, legally speaking, of course, I might as well have fun.
You are a human. These people love to overreact. They think the world is ending. All these bad things are going to happen.
I might as well have fun. If I'm no longer legally a human, what does that make me? Something else? Something scary? Do I scare you? No. Okay. I might as well be the monster you've made me. But nah, I can't. I'm not a monster. I'm actually full of love. There's a lot of
you sound like it
in the air, and one thing I do know for sure, one thing I am certain about, is that fun and interesting, weird, crazy-looking makeup brings me a lot of joy. I love doing this. I love doing this. And I know that it brings a lot of other queer people a lot of joy. So how am I spending my day this inauguration day? I am going to go commiserate with my fellow queer people at my favorite lesbian bar, ready for the circus.
You're telling me and everybody else, American citizens, American people who want common sense, haven't been living in a circus for the last few years or so? What we're seeing here is people who have been wrapped up in cotton wool for way, way too long. And how they think about things and how they feel about things is the most important thing. And nobody can tell them no. Nobody can say anything that offends them. So when Trump comes in and says, yeah, you know what, two genders, actually none of the made up crap, we're just sticking with the truth, they start crying about it.
Please excuse my hair. I just woke up. Donald Trump was inaugurated at 12, and just a few minutes ago, he has now claimed that there will only be the male and female gender that will be recognized in America. This sets back everything that the trans community has been working for, and we have already not been recognized in this country for centuries. If we remember, gay marriage became legal 10 years ago. We had just earned the right to change our gender on our passports and IDs. Just because I want to identify as a man does not mean I am trying to hurt you. In these next 4 years, you are going to hear the most intense anti-trans propaganda you have ever heard in your entire life. And they're going to strew it in a way that sounds extremely convincing, because it will fearmonger. It will fearmonger everyone's insecurities. Please talk to your neighbors, protect your trans community, stay involved, and do not forget us, because history will try to erase us.
I almost feel bad for laughing. I really do, because clearly these people aren't in the greatest mental state. And I don't get how these people now are sat there and going, oh, our rights are being erased. They're being taken away from us. It's not a man's right to go into a women's space. It's not a man's right to go into a female sport. It's not a man's right to go into a women's locker room. Just because you sit there and you want to identify as the opposite gender doesn't give you the same rights. Terribly sorry about that. Hopefully, we can start to address the mental health issue going on in society as well, and we can reverse a lot of this madness. But leave your thoughts down below. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts on everything you saw in this video? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, once again, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.